Hello, this is Sue with Explore More with Sue, and I am standing on the 10th deck of the Holland America Westerdam. We are on a 11-night cruise, round trip from Singapore. Our first stop was Phuket, Thailand, which is right over there. We're going to a couple of places in Malaysia, a couple of places in Indonesia, and it's round trip from Singapore, so we'll be, it's 11 nights total. We're excited to be here. Let me talk a little bit about Phuket. Sometimes a cruise ship will pull up to a dock. Sometimes, depending on the time of year, generally, they will drop anchor out here in the harbor and tender or water shuttle to the port, and that is what we did. We water shuttled. In fact, they're just loading the last shuttles on and we're taking off. We had 2 really fun-filled days here. We overnighted in the port. It was great. So we were in Phuket all day yesterday. We were in Phuket again today. There are a lot of things to do. Just so you'll know, if you have mobility issues, when you tender in or water shuttle in, if you've done this before, you know it can be a bit of a challenge, and the pier or the dock over there for the tenders it's got a very steep ramp. It's not the best for mobility issues. It doesn't mean you can't do it, but just be aware that there will be a bit of a challenge. Also, if you take an excursion through the ship, there will be a bus or a tour bus or a taxi waiting right there for you. It's a little bit of a walk. If you do it on your own, if you have your own guide, or if you're looking for a taxi or a tour that you haven't set up in advance, there is a walk of about 3/10 of a mile to get to those people. So they don't let those people into the port. So just so you'll be aware that that is a thing. Phuket is full of tourists, lots of tourists. It's very hot, it's very humid, which makes me happy because I love hot and humid, but it's very close to the equator, so it's going to be hot and humid all year long. Lots of tourists, lots of people there are lots of Russians who vacation here. Lots of people from other places in Europe, lots of people from the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the US. There are lots and lots of people. You'll see lots of scooters that people are renting. If you do that, just be careful. Lots of scooters. Generally, people follow the rules, but some people don't. We saw a motorcycle go ripping past us today, and about 30 seconds later, we saw him laid out on the street because somebody had cut him off, and he was wearing a helmet, but don't know what happened to him. But anyway, just be really careful if you rent a scooter. There are lots of tourist things here. There's something called the Big Buddah that is up on the top of a mountain. You can see that from almost any place in Phuket. It is definitely worth going there. Not particularly mobility friendly, but you can actually do it. There are lots of temples. Just be aware, if you are female, you have to have your knees and shoulders covered. If you're a male, you do not need that, but if you're a female, you do. A lot of women just put a sarong around their waist, and then they can go into the temples. They can go see the Big Buddah. The Big Buddah is visible from almost everywhere in Phuket City, so it's kind of a cool thing. It's touristy, but it's kind of a cool thing to see. There are beautiful views from numerous places up on these hills. If you get a tour guide to take you up onto some of these hills, the views are incredible. The beaches are beautiful. They're clean. Phuket is very clean. It's very clean. There's very little garbage that you'll see just scattered about. It's one of the cleanest cities that I remember seeing. So lots of great food, lots of great street food. The dollar and other currencies are very strong right now against the baht. They use the Thai baht here, and right now, today, we're in early February, it is 33 to 1, 33 baht to $1. So today we had a lunch of a big thing of fried rice, a beer, a fruit smoothie, a giant bottle of water, and it was $13. So it was great. Yeah, there's lots of beautiful beaches to choose from, a lot of beautiful hotels to stay in. They generally do not have earthquakes or typhoons here. They did get hit with a tsunami a few years ago that caused a lot of damage and a few deaths, but generally they don't have earthquakes or typhoons. They've got a little bit of a rainy season in May, but everybody that I talked to that was a local said that the rain wasn't really very much to speak of. Their biggest export is tin. They also have a lot of cashews, and they have a cashew factory in the town of Phuket. So if you like cashews, definitely worth a stop to go to the cashew factory. It's really, really interesting to see. They give you samples, and you'll probably end up wanting to buy some stuff to take home. There are a lot of these islands that you can see. There are islands everywhere here, and you can hire a boat to take you to some of the islands. The two most popular ones are called Fifi and James Bond Island. They filmed a James Bond movie there years ago. But there are a lot of islands that you can go to, that you can catch a ride out there, and that would be worth doing. We did not have time to do that, but we would like to come back and try that. There is a beautiful night market on Sunday nights in Old Town Phuket. We happen to be here on Sunday night. There are stands with food, drinks, clothes, trinkets, religious items. If you are here on a Sunday, do not miss the night market. It is definitely worth seeing. The food is great. There's fresh fruit everywhere, which is incredible. There are lots of shrines that you see in businesses and just along religious shrines along the side of the road. Gas is about $4 US a gallon. Taxis will have either a yellow or a green license plate, so know that that's what you're seeing when you see that license plate. And this has been beautiful. It's definitely a place I would like to come back to. It's my first time in Thailand. I would love to come experience more of Thailand. This was great. I'm going to post pictures on my Facebook page, Explore More with Sue, so you can check those out there. Please subscribe to this channel, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at exploremorewithsue@gmail.com. Thank you, and the next adventure awaits.